opened with the gates of unforgettable bliss. Two lives were locked within an earthly haven, and fate and grief fled from that fiery hour. Obviously, when they are together, you see. But soon now failed the summer's ardent breath, and throngs of blue-black clouds crept through the sky, and rain fled sobbing with the dripping leaves, and storm became the forest's patterned voice. The summer is over, the summer of happiness and joy. Now the monsoon is coming, reaching. Then listening to the thunderous fatal cry, and the fugitive pattering footsteps of the shower, and the long unsatisfied panting of the wind, and sorrow muttering the sound vexed night, the grief of all the world came near to her. Night darkness seemed her future's ominous pain. The shadow of her lover's doom rose, and fear laid hands upon her mortal heart. Yes, he's going to die. That fear is already there. The moment's swift and ruthless race, alarmed her thoughts, her mind, remembered Nara's state. She's constantly haunted by that, what Nara had told. He has fixed everything, time, everything, moment, second. Nara's day. A trembling, moved accountant of her riches. She's counting the now, 1 month is remaining, now one fortnight is remaining, now 1 week is remaining. A trembling, moved accountant of her riches. She reckoned the insufficient days between what is remaining here and when that event is going to be. A dire expectancy knocked at her brain. Dire expectancy, yes, this is going to happen tomorrow. She. Dreadful to her were the footsteps of the hour. Grief came, a passionate stranger to her gate. Passionate stranger. Savitri never knew grief, but now he has come here. Vanished when in his arms, out of her sleeve, it rose at morn to look into her face. Vainly she fled into abysms of blame from her pursuing foresight of the end. The more she plunged into love, that anguish grew, her deepest grief from sweetest gulf arose. What a dramatic line! Her deepest grief, well, that is the death of Satyavan. From sweetest gulf, when they are in company, at that time suddenly she remembers, yes, this man is going to die. Remembrance was a poignant pang. She felt each day a golden leaf torn cruelly out from her too slender book of love and joy. Slender book, hardly 365 days. The pages are 365 pages only in the book. You see. Thus swaying in strong gusts of happiness and swimming in forebodings, somber waves, and feeding sorrow and terror with her heart, feeding sorrow and terror with her heart, constantly singing. For now they sat among their bosoms together, on or in her inner chamber, spaced apart. Her eyes stared blind into the future night. Out of her separation, she looked and saw. Now Savitri is separating herself, her inner self, moving amid the unconscious faces loud, in mind a stranger, through a heart so near. The ignorant, smiling world go happily by. People don't know what is going to happen to her. Happily by, upon his way towards an unknown doom, and unwounded at the careless lives of men. Careless lives of men. Nature will go on her own work. As if in different worlds they walk, though close, they confident of the returning sun, they wrapped in little hourly hopes. They means people all around, apart from Savitri. She, in her dreadful knowledge, was alone. Well, this is what we have seen earlier. She alone knew what was going to happen to her. The rich and happy secrecy that once enslaved her as if in a silver bubble, apart in a bright nest of thoughts and dreams, made room for tragic hours of solitude and lonely grief that none could share or know. A body seeing the end too soon to joy and the fragile happiness of its mortal love. Her quiet face is still and sweet and calm. Her graceful daily acts were now a mask. In vain she looked upon the depths to find a ground of stillness and the spirit supreme. Still wailed from her was the silent being. Then she is torturing what that being don't tell. She has no knowledge of it. Who sees life's drama pass with unmoved eye, suffers the sorrow of the mind and heart, and bears in human breath the word and will. A glimpse, a flash came, the presence was hid. Sometimes she would get some idea, some presence should come. She is not having any hint at all from anywhere. So that being was silent, that being was silent. But sometimes she gets a hint, a glimpse of it. Only her violent heart and passionate will were pushed in front to beat the immutable doom. So the immutable doom is there, but who is going to face that? Only her heart and her will, her passionate will and her heart were pushed. Means she has not really found the soul with the divine strength in it. Yet, defenseless, nude, bound to human law, they had no means to act, no way to save. Her heart, her passionate will, these she controlled. Nothing was shown outside. She was still to them, the child they knew and loved. So Savitri is holding them back and moving and doing all the daily work routinely. They mean people in the house, you see. These she controlled. Nothing was shown outside. She was still to them, the child they knew and loved. The sorrowing woman they saw not within. No change was in her beautiful motion seen. A worshipped empress, all once white to serve. She made herself the diligent serf of all, nor spared the labor of broom and jar and well, or close gentle tending, or to heat the fire of altar and kitchen. No slight task allowed to other that her woman's strength might. So she is doing all the small little work in the house routinely without showing any emotion, anything at all. In all her acts, a strange divinity shone. You see, this is human Savitri, yet there is that divinity, half divine, that is already there. She is already yogic in her action also here, because that calm is there. Into a simplest moment, she could bring a oneness with earth. You see, that is the yogic thing, a oneness with earth's glowing robe of light, a lifting up of common acts by love. That oneness and love, that is there. That is the divinity of Savitri, and that does not remain held back at all. All love was hers, and its one heavenly count, bound all to all with her as golden tie. That is what we have seen earlier, oneness. But man, her grief to the surface passed too close. These things, one graces adjuncts of joy, seemed meaningless to her, a gleaming shell, or were a round mechanical world. Her body's action shared not her will. This is important. Her body's action shared not. It is her body's action which is important. Always behind a strange divided life of love and sorrow. Her spirit, like a sea of living fire, possessed her lover and to his body clung. One locked embrace to guard his threatened mate, as if in that embrace she is going to save Satyavan. All night she wove through slow, silent hour, brooding on the treasure of his bosom that we hung or sleep-bound beauty so, or laid her burning cheek upon his feet. Waking at morn, her lips endlessly clung to his, unwilling ever to separate again, or lose that honeyed drain of lingering joy, unwilling to lose his body from her breast. The warm, inadequate sign that love must use. Well, these are the physical signs which are inadequate. Intolerant to the poverty of time, her passion catching at the fugitive hour, will the expense of centuries one day of prodigal love and the surf of ecstasy. Again, you got the word here, prodigal. See what we have seen earlier also. Prodigal. Or else she strove even in mortal time to build a little room for timelessness by the deep union of two human lives, her soul secluded, shut into his soul. After all was given, she demanded still, even by his strong embrace unsatisfied, she longed to cry, "Oh, tender Satyavan, oh, lover of my soul, give more of love, while yet thou can, because you are living. When you are dead, it will not be there." And then she goes, "Too well she loved to speak a faithful word." She is talking to Satyavan, but she is not telling about that. Too well she loved to speak a faithful word and lay her burden on his happy head. She pressed the outsurging grief back into her breast. This is absolutely yogic. What a kind of capacity that she can hold back everything in her. You see, she is loving her intensely and loving him intensely, and yet holding back all grief into herself. Tremendous kind of a capacity. Super yogic. She pressed the outsurging grief back into her breast to dwell within silent and held alone. All was too little for her bottomlessly. He is giving what best he could, but that was too little for her. In his presence, she forgot a while. Grief filled his absence with his aching throb. Often it seemed to her the age's pain had pressed their quintessence into a single woe. The pain of all the ages, of all time, got quintessence in her single, concentrating in her a tortured world. Thus, in the silent chamber of her soul, cloistering her love to live secret grief, she dwells like a dumb priest with hidden gods, dumb priest with hidden gods, unappeased by the world. In fact, unappeased by the wordless offerings for this is what we'll see also shortly. See, yet ever they grew into each other more. They, Savitri and Satyavan, until it seemed no power could rend apart, since even the body's walls could not divide. Satyavan and Savitri's unity is not is even beyond the physical, and nobody can divide that thing. You see. Although life born, an infant to the hour, immortal it was unslayable to God, her spirit stretched measureless in strength divine. Savitri has not started doing yoga, but already this is yogic in the case of Shiva. An anvil for the blows of fate and time, or tired of sorrow's passionate luxury, grief's self became calm, grief's self became calm, delight, resolute. See, the very self of grief has now become calm. Savitri is not concerned. Her grief got personified, and that personified grief has become calm, silent, fallen, awaiting some issue of his fiery struggle, some deed in which it might forever see victorious acceptance. Well, this is exactly what we have got here also.